The Jammu Kashmir Constitution was not made by Indian Constituent Assembly. The Jammu and Kashmir, the parliament cannot implement any policy in Jammu and Kashmir. The parliament had to take the permission from the legislative assembly, and the Jammu Kashmir Assembly status was even higher than the Supreme Court of India. Same Kashmiri girl marries a guy of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. In that situation, the property rights were not stamped. They said in the presidential order 2019 and said, I, the President of India, provides a presidential order against the presidential order of 1954 and replacing the word Constituent Assembly with legislative. Done. So today we will be starting our Jammu Kashmir militancy chapter. But before starting that Jammu Kashmir militancy chapter, it is important to know that why the problems were there in Jammu and Kashmir. And there is only one answer of the problem, that is article number 370. Now, why article number 370 was basically implemented, how it was implemented, and what were the problems originated because of that article and how it was basically removed. These particular different phenomena will be basically included in one topic, that is article 370 and 35A. Okay. 370 and article 35 clause A, that is Jammu and Kashmir from 1947 to 2019. Done. First of all, try to understand the difference between article number 370 and article 35A. When I talk about article 370, I mean article 370 of Indian Constitution. And when I say article 35A, I do not mean article 35A of Indian Constitution, but I mean article 35A of Jammu and Kashmir Constitution. There were two constitutions in India before 2019. The one constitution is the Indian Constitution, which we studied in this class only, the Indian polity. And the second constitution was the Jammu Kashmir Constitution. This definition itself is one of the biggest problems for India, because article 370 of Indian Constitution says that we give a special privilege or a special temporary privilege to Jammu and Kashmir, and through that special temporary privilege, we provide a different constitution for Jammu and Kashmir. The Constituent Assembly of Indian Constitution was elected in the year July-August 1946. They completed the Indian Constitution by 26th of November 1946. And we implemented our Indian Constitution on 26th of January 1950. We were done with our constitution process by 26th of January 1950. We even conducted our very first Lok Sabha election in the year 1951-52 also. But the Jammu Kashmir Constitution was not made by Indian Constituent Assembly. The Jammu Kashmir Constitution was made by a separate Constituent Assembly, which was Jammu and Kashmir Constituent Assembly, which was established in the year 1954. And Jammu Kashmir Constitution got implemented in the year 1956. Now just imagine that before 2019, you were living in a country where there were two constitutions. Now, what were the problems with Jammu and Kashmir? If Parliament of India or the central government of India wants to implement or establish any policy or any scheme in Jammu and Kashmir, the parliament cannot implement any policy in Jammu and Kashmir. The parliament had to take the permission from the Legislative Assembly of Kashmir. Forget about parliament. Even the President of India wants to implement anything in the Jammu and Kashmir state. The President of India had to take the permission from Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly. That means the Kashmir Assembly status was higher than the Parliament of India, and it was higher than the President of India. And the Jammu Kashmir Assembly status was even higher than the Supreme Court of India. This sounds very awkward, right? This awkward situation we have faced for 75 years. Problem number 2. Right to property in Indian Constitution is not fundamental right. We all know that. It's a legal right. We have studied that in polity. Till the year 1978, right to property was a fundamental right under Article 31 of Indian Constitution. But under 44th Constitution Amendment, 1978, we removed our fundamental right to property from Article number 31 to Article number 300 Clause A, and we made it a legal right. But in Jammu Kashmir, right to property was a fundamental right till 2019, until unless Article 370 was not removed. That means any Kashmiri people can come out of Kashmir and can buy property in your state, but you cannot go to Jammu and Kashmir and can buy property there. A pure discrimination. There is one more problem. If any Kashmiri girl marries to a non-Kashmiri guy, so her right to property will be completely vanished, will be deleted. For example, a Kashmiri girl marries a guy from Uttar Pradesh. So that girl will not be given any property rights in Jammu and Kashmir now, and all the property will be snatched from her. But if the same Kashmiri girl marries a guy of Pakistan occupied Kashmir, in that situation, the property rights were not snatched. That means the status of Pakistan occupied Kashmiri boy was actually higher than a boy belonging to Uttar Pradesh. This was the discrimination. Because the people of Kashmir, the governments of Kashmir never wanted Kashmir to be the part of India. They never wanted the fact that Kashmir must be the integral part of India. That's why they were running on a very different constitution. And all the rules, regulations which they were making, they were actually making against Indian constitution, and Indian parliament, Indian government, Supreme Court of India was not able to do anything. Why? Because Article 370 was there. The Constituent Assembly, or the very first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, gave Kashmir himself the Article 370, that is the privilege of Jammu and Kashmir. Everyone is okay with that? This is the major problem. When we basically talk about the scenario of Kashmir, the king of Kashmir that time in 1947 was Raja Hari Singh. Okay? And Mountbatten and Raja Hari Singh were very good friends. So they have basically known each other since last few times. Now in June 1947, Mountbatten went to Kashmir to meet Raja Hari Singh and to convince Raja Hari Singh that what you actually want to do. Either you want to come to India, or you basically want to go to Pakistan, or you want to remain independent. You need to take a decision as soon as possible by 15th of August 1947 only. Now the problem was, there were actually few problems in front of Raja Hari Singh. The very first problem, he did not want to go to Pakistan. Why? Because if he decides to go to Pakistan, Pakistan will not be a secular country. He knew this very well. Pakistan will be an Islamic state. Pakistan will be a Muslim country. And a Muslim country will never allow a Hindu guy to remain a king of Kashmir. Everyone sounds logical? Number one. Number two. Second problem was, Raja Hari Singh was Hindu, but the majority population of Kashmir, the majority population of Kashmir was Muslim. So Raja Hari Singh knew that if he goes to Pakistan, the Pakistani Muslim government will remove Raja Hari Singh from the dynasty of the king. So going to Pakistan was not an option. Number two, he knew that if he comes to India, he will not be able to remain king, because there will not be any king culture in India. There will be democracy in India. And if there will be democracy in India, there will be legislative assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir, and he will lose the elections because the majority population is Muslim. So the Muslim population will choose a Muslim leader, and Raja Hari Singh was not a Muslim. So neither he could actually go to Pakistan nor he could go to India. That's why he actually wanted to remain independent. Now there is one more problem in going to India. Jawaharlal Nehru had very good relations with Sheikh Abdullah. With Sheikh Abdullah. Who's Sheikh Abdullah? The ancestor of that Umar Abdullah. Everyone, yes or no, please? Okay, na? Now, let me tell you. Do you guys know Umar Abdullah? Yes or no, please? Everyone knows Umar Abdullah? Okay. Umar Abdullah is the ex-chief minister of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay? Just that scenario. Now, Hari Singh did not want any support from India because democracy will be basically established, and Jawaharlal Nehru had a very good friendship with Abdullah, so he had that problem. Raja Hari Singh. The problem of Hari Singh, I told you, neither he want to go to Pakistan nor to India. He want to remain completely independent. Now, on 15th of August, 1947, India got independent, and the debates were going on between Mountbatten, Sardar Patel, Raja Hari Singh, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah. All these four people were there included in the debate. Sardar Patel was trying to convince Raja Hari Singh, come to India. Muhammad Ali Jinnah was trying to convince Raja Hari Singh, come to Pakistan. Mountbatten was trying to convince Raja Hari Singh that take your decision as soon as possible. And Raja Hari Singh was trying to convince each and everyone that please leave me alone. So this much confusion was basically going on from 15th of August, after 15th of August 1947. Now, Muhammad Ali Jinnah understood that Raja Hari Singh will never come to Pakistan. He understood that fact, that Hindu-Muslim thing, he understood. Now, Muhammad Ali Jinnah knew that if Kashmir goes to India, it's a loss for Pakistan. And Muhammad Ali Jinnah knew this thing also, that if Kashmir remains independent, Kashmir will be having very good relation with India only. Because the king is Hindu and India will be a secular country with Hindu majority. And Muhammad Ali Jinnah knew that if Kashmir remains independent, there will be a chance after 10 years, 20 years or 50 years, Kashmir will become a part of India gradually. Fair enough? And obviously, he was completely correct on that. So now, Muhammad Ali Jinnah decided that we will not have any kind of negotiation with Kashmir now. We will attack over Kashmir through our army force. And on 20th of October, now this is basically the Kashmir scenario going on. On 20th of October, 1947, Muhammad Ali Jinnah gave responsibility to Akbar Khan. Akbar Khan was the Pakistani army chief that time. And Muhammad Ali Jinnah gave this responsibility to Akbar Khan, and he told Akbar Khan to attack on Kashmir and to bring Kashmir into Pakistan. Now, Akbar Khan created an army. He created an army, and that army was named as Azad Kashmir Fauj. Azad Kashmir Fauj. Now, Akbar Khan did not involve a Pakistani army here. I mean, like the Pakistani army was there in this particular group, but in a very minority level. Akbar Khan included Muslim tribals in this. And those Muslim tribals were from a region known as Waziristan in Pakistan. Muslim tribals were there. And those tribals belong to Waziristan. Why he did not include Pakistani army directly? Because this time period is actually of 1947. United Nation is already been established in the year 1945. So if Pakistani army would have attacked India directly, United Nation would have basically given the decision or verdict in favor of India that Kashmir will be given to India. So Akbar Khan was very, very sensible in that point, and he said that I will be including minor Pakistani military in this Azad Kashmir Fauj, and I will include more and more tribal Muslims. And those tribal Muslims were very crude in everything. And how crude were they, we'll actually see in the later scenario. Now, on 20th of October, 1947, a total 10,000 army personals started marching towards Kashmir. Towards Kashmir. And Hari Singh actually got to know about this march also, because there was a brigadier of Hari Singh army. Hari Singh was the king of Kashmir. So obviously, Hari Singh also had an army. And Hari Singh's army's brigadier was Rajendra Singh. And Rajendra Singh, the brigadier of Hari Singh, told Hari Singh that the Pakistani army is coming to Kashmir to attack us. So we should be prepared for that. And Raja Hari Singh was like, no problem, we have our own army here. But Rajendra Singh warned Hari Singh that the army of yours, or the army of Kashmir includes only 40% Hindu people. But the 60% Kashmiri army are basically the Muslim population. So there could be a scenario that if Pakistani army enters Kashmir, our 60% Muslim army will actually support the Pakistani army. And that Pakistani army and 60% Muslim army of Kashmir will actually attack on us together. And that could be a blunder for us. Raja Hari Singh did not listen to his brigadier. But unfortunately, exactly this happened, what Rajendra Singh actually warned to Raja Hari Singh about. The Pakistani army started the march on 20th of October 1947, and on 22nd of October 1947, just in 2 days, Pakistani army reached Muzaffarabad. Muzaffarabad is today's Pakistan occupied Kashmir capital. Today's capital of PO. Now the problem is that Muzaffarabad is just 150 kilometers away from Srinagar. Srinagar was the capital of Kashmir, which is even today. So if the Pakistani army will reach Srinagar, they will 100% capture Kashmir. Now, on 23rd of October 1947, Pakistani army reached Uri. You might have basically heard the name Uri. Uri surgical strike was there. Yes, Uri. And this Uri was just 100 kilometers away from Srinagar. Now, when Pakistani army reached Uri, and the Kashmir army, that means the army of Raja Hari Singh, got to know that Pakistani army is now reaching Srinagar and they will reach Kashmir within 2 days. The Pakistani personals, that means the Pakistani population of Kashmir army, changed their sides. And they said that we will not fight for Raja Hari Singh, but we will fight with Pakistani army. And the same thing happened in Kashmir, what actually Rajendra Singh warned to Raja Hari. Fair enough? To this, Rajendra Singh, the brigadier of Hari Singh, convinced Raja Hari Singh that you should go to Delhi right now, or you should at least make a call to Delhi to Sardar Patel and Pandit Nehru, and you should inform them that the Pakistani army is coming to attack Kashmir. And you should ask army help from India. So Sardar Patel will send army to India and we'll be protected. But Raja Hari Singh said, if I call to Delhi and if I ask for the help, they will tell me first to sign the agreement to get included in India. So I cannot basically ask for help. Now Raja Hari Singh was so stupid that he was not able to understand once Pakistani army will reach to Srinagar, there will be no Kashmir itself. So if there is no Kashmir, where you will be the king of? Fair enough. Like sometimes we actually get dumb of the dumb leaders. So like we cannot do anything. Now, there was one more character here, a very important character. The character's name is VP Singh. Now, VP Singh is the chief secretary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. VP Singh was the IAS officer of that time. Now, VP Singh went to Kashmir. In this particular scenario, VP Singh went to Kashmir and talked to Raja Hari Singh, and he said, you sign the agreement with India, you come to India, we will help you here. Fair enough. But now, Mountbatten said that he will not allow Indian army to go to Kashmir to fight against Pakistani. Mountbatten sitting in India, sitting in Delhi, the last viceroy of India, is telling Sardar Patel and Nehru that he will not allow Indian army to go to Kashmir to have a fight against the Pakistani army to protect Kashmir and Raja Hari Singh. Why? I'll tell you the reason later on. Now, VP Singh is there. He has basically come to Kashmir now in this scenario also, because VP Singh and Rajendra Singh were very good friends. So Rajendra Singh convinced VP Singh to come to Kashmir to convince Raja Hari Singh so that he could sign the agreement with India. Are you? Which actually got the entry is Meher Chand Mahajan. Meher Chand Mahajan was the Prime Minister of Jammu and Kashmir that time. Obviously, Prime Minister, because Jammu and Kashmir was not the state at that time. It was an independent dynasty. So Raja Hari Singh was the king. But Meher Chand Mahajan was the Prime Minister, not Chief Minister, Prime Minister. And Meher Chand Mahajan later on became the judge of the Supreme Court also. Judge of the Supreme Court of India also. Now, Meher Chand Mahajan also tried to convince Raja Hari Singh that Pakistani army is just 100 kilometers away from Srinagar. Try to understand, they will attack, they will capture Srinagar, then we will not be able to do anything. Indian government will also not be able to do anything. So you need to sign the agreement with India ASAP, right now. But even then, Raja Hari Singh was like zoned out. Now, during this time, Rajendra Singh actually got to know that Pakistani army is just 100 kilometers away from Srinagar. And Rajendra Singh decided to stop Pakistani army coming to India. Fair enough. Because Rajendra Singh knew that Hari Singh, I guess, will take time to get convinced. But till then, if Pakistani army enters Kashmir, it will be a blunder for India. So what Rajendra Singh actually did, Rajendra Singh went to a bridge. There was a bridge connecting Uri to Srinagar. On 23rd of October 1947, Pakistani army was there in Uri only. And Srinagar was just 100 kilometers away from Uri. And there was a bridge which used to connect Uri and Srinagar. And Rajendra Singh took 4 or 5 army personnel with lots and lots of grenades and all. And he went to this bridge and he completely blasted this bridge, destroyed this bridge. But in that incident, Rajendra Singh actually died. Fair enough? So if now why Rajendra Singh actually blasted this bridge? Rajendra Singh blasted this bridge because without this bridge, Pakistani army will actually get late to reach Kashmir. Because if they would have reached Kashmir before Indian army, Kashmir would actually have been with Pakistan. So if there is only one guy because of which Kashmir is with India and not with Pakistan, that guy is Brigadier Rajendra Singh, who was the brigadier of Raja Hari Singh. Fair enough? Now, he basically blasted this bridge, and Pakistani army or the tribal army actually got late, 2 days late because of that. After that, the Pakistani army reached Baramulla on 25th of October 1947. Now, Baramulla was the part of Kashmir of India, obviously. And in Baramulla, there was Hindu population, there was Sikh population, there was Christian population, there were Muslim population. And these 10,000 tribal Muslims killed 75% population of Baramulla in one day. And they nearly raped approx 2,000 women in one day. 2,000 women were raped by Pakistani army in just one day. And those women were not just Hindu women. Those women were Hindu women also. They were Christian women also. They were Sikh women also. And they were Muslim women also. They did not actually leave Muslim women also. Because they said that you are Muslim, but you are not the Muslim of Pakistan. You are Muslim of India, so we'll rape you also. So this was kind of destruction they actually created in India on 25th of October. Let's move forward. Now, after this, finally, Pakistani army reached Srinagar on 26th of October 1947 and surrounded the capital of Kashmir completely. That means on 26th of October 1947, Kashmir, whole Kashmir I'm talking about, 100% Kashmir was under Pakistan. Done? Now finally, in this time period, on 23rd of October, when VP Singh came to Kashmir to convince Raja Hari Singh, he was not convinced. You remember that thing, like VP Singh came to Kashmir. And VP Singh was not able to convince Raja Hari Singh that time. So VP Singh told Raja Hari Singh that do one thing, you come to Delhi with me. Let's talk to Sardar Patel and Nehru face by face. They'll convince. And leave Kashmir right now. Rajendra Singh will handle everything. VP Singh took Raja Hari Singh with him from Kashmir to Delhi on 23rd of October only, sir. And then Raja Hari Singh stayed in Delhi for 2 days by 25th or 26th of October. And by 25th and 26th of October also, Raja Hari Singh was not getting convinced even by Sardar Patel and Nehru that please come to India, otherwise Pakistan will take your Kashmir. Fair enough? Now, I mean, like, obviously this is not fair enough, but the concept is fair enough. Okay. Now, finally, on 26th of October, when Kashmir was completely captured by Pakistani army, or Srinagar was completely captured by Pakistani army, then he got to know this, and he understood that neither I am the king of Kashmir, nor I can basically go to India now, nor I can go to Pakistan now, nor I can remain independent now. Because Sardar Patel told him that now you are nothing. You are just an unemployed guy here in India right now. Now you were basically fighting for Kashmir to remain independent. You don't have Kashmir now because Pakistan has taken Kashmir with them. And after that, finally, on 26th of October 1947, after hearing all this, Raja Hari Singh finally signed the document in favor of India. Fair enough? On 26th of October 1947. Now, but he said on 26th of October 1947, he did the deal that I will come to India, I will become a state of India, I will accept each and everything, but the Indian government will get the powers of defense, international relations, and communication. Rest of the powers will be with Jammu and Kashmir only. Now, just imagine in this vulnerable situation, also he is basically putting conditions in front of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. Like your state is gone. The people of your state are dying. Even then, in this particular vulnerable situation, that idiot guy is actually putting condition to Jawaharlal Nehru. That okay, I will come to India, but on this condition. These three powers will be with the central government, and rest of the powers will be with the Kashmir only. Fair enough? Now, on this particular matter, I don't know why, but Jawaharlal Nehru said yes. I don't know why, but he said yes. Now, if you please get the answer of this question, please tell me also then. Please answer me also for that. Now, finally, now whatever the situation is, okay, let it be now, whatever the situation is. Raja Hari Singh has finally done the signature. Now, on that particular document, Jawaharlal Nehru also signed the document. Sardar Patel also signed the document. Now, the signature of Mountbatten was just remaining. But here, Mountbatten said that he will basically not sign the agreement, because if Mountbatten will also sign the agreement, the Indian army will go to Kashmir to have a fight against Pakistani army. Now, Mountbatten said, right now also, today also, in 1947 also, Indian army is working under UK. And Pakistani army, which is attacking Kashmir, that Pakistani army is also working under UK. So if both of the armies will fight against each other in Kashmir, it will be UK versus UK. Are you getting the point? Yes or no, please? So Mountbatten said that I will not be actually doing any kind of signature on that. Finally, Sardar Patel forced Mountbatten to sign on this document and forced Mountbatten to send the army to Kashmir. And finally, Mountbatten signed this agreement on very next day, on 27th of October 1947. Fair enough? So now, on 27th of October 1947, Kashmir was officially the part of India. But the problem is, Pakistani army is there in Srinagar. Now, we need to have a war with Pakistan to provide freedom to Kashmir, and include Kashmir into India. Fair enough? Now, Indian army marches towards Kashmir to have a war with Pakistan. Fair enough? Now, after that, when Indian army reached Kashmir and the war started, then Jinnah got to know that now Pakistan actually could lose the war. Now Jinnah calls Mountbatten to meet him, and Mountbatten goes to Lahore in 1947 itself to meet Jinnah, and Jinnah offers Mountbatten that you bring basically you call Sardar Patel and Nehru also to Lahore, and we'll have a discussion over Kashmir. Mountbatten goes back to India, to Delhi, and tells Nehru and Sardar Patel that Jinnah has basically invited us to Lahore and let's go meet him. Nehru said, yes, why not? Because Nehru was obviously in the greed that he will take care, or he'll give good services. But Sardar Patel was like, why we would go there? He wants to talk to us. So he will come to India. We will not go to Pakistan. And because of these conditions, this meeting could actually never happen. The war, which basically started versus India and Pakistan, this war went for 15 months. This war went for 15 months. Now, please understand what is happening here. The war started on 28th of October 1947. Because on 27th of October, Kashmir was officially with India, and Indian Army was basically given the order to go to Kashmir. Indian Army reached Kashmir very next day on 28th of October 1947, and the war started. Now, Indian Army was completely dominating Pakistani, and we pushed Pakistani army back towards Pakistan. We won the war in Srinagar. We won the war in Baramulla. We won the war in Uri. So we were pushing back the Pakistani army by the Pakistani border. And one by one, each and every region of Kashmir was getting included in India. Everyone, yes or no, please? Now, Indian Army told Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru that we just need 3 months. 15 months are done. We just need 3 months more. Whole of the Kashmir will be with India. Whole of the Kashmir. Indian Army said, give us 1 year, Lahore will also be in India. But just give us the time. But even then, Indian Army was winning the war completely, 100%. Whole the world knew that India is winning the war. Even Pakistan knew that India is winning the war. Even then, now the situation, 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru went to UN. Now, whenever you actually go to UN to resolve any situation, there are 2 sections of United Nations. Chapter 6 of United Nations Constitution and Chapter 7 of United Nations Constitution. Chapter 6 of United Nations Constitution is not binding. That if you basically go to United Nations to ask the help from United Nations, and if United Nations gives you any advice under Chapter 6 of the Constitution, that advice is not binding on you. But if United Nations gives any advice to you under Chapter 7, that particular advice is binding. Now, thank God that Nehru did not write anything about any chapter, neither Chapter 6 nor Chapter 7. Because if he would have mentioned Chapter 7 in the complaint or application, the decision United Nations would have given, it would have been binding on India. So we were very lucky that Nehru did not write Chapter 7 on that. Okay? Now, after this, when India went to United Nations to complain against Pakistan, United Kingdom and USA were against India, and they were favor in Pakistan. Now, please look at the location of Pakistan here, exactly like this. Now, Pakistan is actually Pakistan is actually at the middle location of South Asia and Central Asia. The location of Pakistan is actually very beneficial. If you actually control the territory of Pakistan, you will have the trade of whole of the Central Asia and the Europe here, like obviously like here, and you will have the trade of whole of the South Asia. So UK and USA wanted to support Pakistan and wanted Pakistan to win Kashmir so that Pakistan will have a very good relations with UK and USA. And when Pakistan will have a very good relations with UK and USA, UK and USA will use the trade routes of Pakistan to increase their economic benefits in Europe, Central Asia, North Asia, and South Asia, and Southeast Asia. That's why whole of the world was against India when our greatest prime minister went to United Nations. Fair enough? Now, after this, what happened? Now the blunder is going to come now. Please understand this. You will get to know from where this word line of control, LOC, actually came into existence. And you will be shocked to know that actually what happened. Now, on 31st of December 1947, Nehru went to United Nations. On 21st of April 1948, the UN resolution came out. And there were three things given in the United Nations resolution. Number one, the ceasefire order. Ceasefire order is stop the war, non-violence, okay? Just like stop the war. Number two was truce agreement. That is no war agreement. Number three, both countries will accept plebiscite. Fair enough? Now, this truce agreement got final on 31st of December 1948, and war stopped on 1st of January 1949, and UN. Now please listen to this. Where the war stopped on 1st of January 1949, will be known as LOC, line of control. Please understand this situation, like what blunder has happened with India. And Pakistan occupied Kashmir, went to Pakistan after that. Today also you see Pakistani army in Pakistan occupied Kashmir because it is actually of the other side of LOC. Now, right now we are telling it is occupied because the parliament passed a resolution, Indian Parliament resolution passed resolution 1992 and said that Pakistan occupied Kashmir is the part of India now. That's why we are saying Pakistan occupied Kashmir right now. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru did not pass a single resolution in Indian Parliament, and he never said that Pakistan occupied Kashmir is the part of India. He said, okay, that part of LOC is Pakistan and this part of LOC is India. He accepted this. If he did not accept this, why did he do the signature on United Nations resolution then? I mean, like, did the United Nations resolution passed without the signature of Pakistan and Indian Prime Minister? Do you really think so? If I have to take a decision about this guy, and if I have to take the decision about this guy, I need the signature of these two guys, yes or no? If I am the United Nations. These two signed the agreement. That's why the resolution was finalized, right? Why Pandit Nehru signed on this agreement? No one has the answer. Now, in this particular 15-month war, there were 1,100 Indian army personnel who lost their lives, and there were 4,000 Pakistani army, 4,000 Pakistani army personnel were killed. 1/3 Kashmir went to Pakistan, and 2/3 Kashmir came to India. Institutional aspect of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, Sheikh Abdullah, the very dear friend of Pandit Nehru, was made executive head of Jammu and Kashmir on 30th of October 1947 only. And in June 1949, there was meeting of Sheikh Abdullah, Sardar Patel, and Nehru, and this meeting is known as Delhi Understanding. Fair enough? There were, at this point of time, Indian constitution making was actually in process. Fair enough? Because we completed our Indian constitution on 26th of November 1949. This is June 1949 going on. So Indian constitution making process is still going on. Yes or no, everyone? Done? Now, there were 4 people from Kashmir in Indian Constituent Assembly. They were Sheikh Abdullah himself, Mirza Afzal Beg, Masubi, and Moti Ram Bagra. Moti Ram Bagra. These were 4 people from Jammu and Kashmir in Indian Constituent Assembly. And the Article 370, which you see today, I mean, like which we used to see that day, Article 370 was the special privilege given to Kashmir. But Article 370 was not the article which was given as the special privilege. It was decided that under Article 306 Clause A will be the special privilege of Jammu and Kashmir. But later on, this Article 306 was later on converted into Article 370. The provisions were same, the number was basically changed. This Article 370 was basically implemented in Indian Constitution, and you need to remember that Part 21 was there in this particular article. Part 21. So Part 21 and Article number 370 was there. Fair enough? Now, Sheikh Abdullah and Mirza Afzal Beg, these 2 first guys, demanded Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in this particular Delhi understanding that as Raja Hari Singh did an agreement with you on 26th of October 1947, if you remember, before even starting of the war, okay, that communication, defense, and IR will be with central government and rest of the powers will be state government. So Sheikh Abdullah demanded the same thing to Jawaharlal Nehru. And Sheikh Abdullah demanded that I am the popular leader there and you cannot establish democracy without me there. So Jammu and Kashmir will have a different constitution. And this Constituent Assembly will not make the constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. There will be a different Constituent Assembly who will make a different constitution for Jammu and Kashmir. And Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru got agreed to it. And Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru gave the advice to the first president of India in the year 1954 to establish a separate Constituent Assembly for Jammu and Kashmir. And that separate Constituent Assembly made a separate constitution for Jammu and Kashmir itself. And this was not a parliamentary provision of 1954. This was not a constitution amendment. This was just done by the presidential order. Just the presidential order. Like there is a letter in front of the president that there will be Article 370 for Jammu and Kashmir and a separate constitution will be there for Jammu and Kashmir. President does the signature on that. This is what we call presidential order. This was the biggest mistake of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, because Nehru thought that there will be no man in future India who will come and who will become the Home Minister of India and who will cancel the presidential order. I mean, like, obviously, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru could never imagine this thing in 1954, that there will be a political party, BJP, originated in the year 1980, and they will make their government in 2014 and 19, and there will be a guy called Mota Bhai, and he will become the Home Minister of India, and he will cancel that presidential order. Now, how the thing actually turned around. Now listen to this very carefully. In 1954 presidential order, it was said that a constituent assembly will be made for constitution of Jammu and Kashmir, and a different constitution will be made for Jammu and Kashmir. And this order or this rule was implemented by presidential order of 1954. Fair enough? Now, there was one more thing in the presidential order of 1954, that if you want to remove Article 370, if you want to remove Article 370, the presidential order will be passed again to remove Article 370, but that presidential order will be needing the permission of Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, how is this possible? The Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir was constituted in the year 1954. Now, if it is going 2019 and if I have to remove Article 370 and if the presidential order is there, so presidential order needs the permission of the Constituent Assembly of 1954. They all are dead. No one is left, right? How they can actually give the permission to presidential order? So it was impossible to remove Article 370. It was next to impossible. But even then, what our Home Ministry did, try to understand. It was a very long game. There were Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly Act elections happened in the year 2018 and 2016. And there were 4 political parties who were contesting the election of Jammu and Kashmir. NC, National Conference, Umar Abdullah, Farooq Abdullah Party. Number 2, PDP, Mehbooba Mufti. Number 3, BJP. Number 4, Congress. These were the 4 parties who were contesting the elections in Jammu and Kashmir in 2016. No party got the majority seats. No party got the majority. Now, Congress were having so less seats that even then, even if they would have basically done the coalition, they were not able to make the government, because Congress actually did not win any of the seats. So Congress is out of the race. Now there are 3 parties left: BJP, PDP, National Conference. National Conference and PDP share very bad relation, worst relation. Mehbooba Mufti and Umar Abdullah hate each other. So they could never come in alliance. Now the ball was in the court of BJP. Either you want to go with National Conference or you want to go with PDP. Mehbooba Mufti. BJP went with PDP and they went with Mehbooba Mufti. And the alliance of BJP and PDP was made. And it was decided that Mehbooba Mufti will be the chief minister and Ram Madhav, a guy from RSS, will become the deputy chief minister. Mehbooba Mufti will be the chief minister for 2.5 years, and then Ram Madhav will become the chief minister for 2.5 years. Simple. Now, BJP and PDP made the government in 2017 January. Now, listen to this, what happened. Now, I was also very confused and angry in 2017, like why BJP is basically making a government with militants and terrorists. But I also did not know that they were actually having this plan of 2019, obviously. Even though I'm not Nehru, but even then I did not know that thing was going on. So now in 2019, BJP took back the support from PDP and the government fell and the assembly was suspended because no party was having the majority. So no party could actually constitute a government in Jammu and Kashmir. And immediately after that, president rule was implemented on Jammu and Kashmir. Fair enough, guys? Now, if the president rule is implemented on Jammu and Kashmir, as I have basically taught in the same batch in polity, as soon as the president rule is implemented in Jammu and Kashmir, all the powers of the legislative assembly will be transferred to the governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Yes or no, please? Because no legislative assembly is there. Now, the Home Minister tells the President of India to pass a presidential order in 2019. And in that particular presidential order, it will be written that the presidential order of 2019 cancels out the presidential order of 1954, which provided Article 370 to Jammu and Kashmir. But there was one more problem. This presidential order must have been passed by the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. But Constituent Assembly members were dead. So what Home Ministry did, they brought one presidential order before the original one. Presidential Order 2019 number 1. They said in the Presidential Order 2019 and said, I, the President of India, provides a presidential order against the Presidential Order of 1954 and replacing the word Constituent Assembly with Legislative Assembly. Are you guys getting the point? Yes or no, please? The word Constituent Assembly was replaced by Legislative Assembly. That's it. This presidential order is done. Let's come to the presidential order number 2. Now, the second presidential order says, I, the President of India, provides Presidential Order 2019, and this Presidential Order 2019 cancels out the Presidential Order of 1954 to provide a special privilege to Jammu and Kashmir, that is removal of Article 370. Full stop. This presidential order will be approved by Legislative Assembly, not Constituent Assembly. Now Legislative Assembly. Everyone, yes or no? Now, full stop. But the situations in Jammu and Kashmir are not normal, and president rule is already implemented in Kashmir. So the power of Legislative Assembly has been transferred to the governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Everyone, yes or no, please? Now, I, the President of India, advises the governor of Jammu and Kashmir to pass the order and presidential order of 2019. Now so then the governor takes the advice of the president, and governor comes up with one more governor order and says, I, the governor of Jammu and Kashmir, in the absence of Legislative Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir, have all the powers of Jammu Kashmir Assembly, and I approve the presidential order of 2019 to cancel out the presidential order of 1954 to remove article number 370. This was done on 5th of August 2019, 10 a.m. and at 11:30 a.m. 370 was completed. So now there is no 370 and no different constitution for Jammu and Kashmir. And after that, in 2019 only, the Indian Parliament came out with one more act, Jammu Kashmir Reorganization, in which Ladakh was separated from Jammu and Kashmir and was declared as Union Territory, and Jammu and Kashmir was basically converted into a Union Territory again with Legislative Assembly. Problem solved. Everyone